Welcome to Michigan in Focus. I'm Bruce Walker, Great Lakes Regional Editor for the Center Square. Saginaw Township Community Schools Board of Education is seeking to pass and implement a tax hike to repair school buildings. With me is the Center Square reporter, Scott McClellan, to discuss what this could mean for local homeowners and their property tax bills. Give us some of the details of this proposed bond, Scott.
So the Saginaw Township Community Schools Board of Education voted to place a $243 million bond for 30 years on the May 2nd ballot. With voter approval, the bond would finance demolishing 3 classroom pods, constructing a 600-seat theater at Heritage High School, among other projects.
Well, what exactly does this mean? $243 million breaks down to what percentage of tax increase?
It's looking to be a 5.7 mil tax increase.
And so how much would that work out to per homeowner?
So the bond proposal would require a 5.7 mil tax increase, which means $5.75 on each $1,000 of taxable valuation, which the school says will cost the average homeowner in a $100,000 home with a taxable value of $50,000, about $287 per year.
So that means it's like $24 a month?
Yep, you got it.
Oh man, that's a couple boxes of cereal.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a lot, but I talked to the township assessor, David Johnson, and he told me that the average taxable home value there is closer to $80,000, which would bring a $460 annual tax bill.
Oh, wow. So I imagine this is being publicized, that there's got to be a little bit of pushback in the community.
Yeah, County Commissioner Richard Spitzer is among those who oppose the increase. While he agrees that some of the buildings need repairs, such as a $1.7 million roof repair on Heritage High School, some of the other spending, he says, is not really essential. And that includes $1 million to replace football field turf, $700,000 to construct a baseball field, $600,000 to replace the press box, $550,000 to build a softball field, $500,000 to replace tennis courts, and $300,000 to replace the home bleachers. I talked to Spitzer, and he cited taxrates.org, saying that Saginaw County ranks in the top 21% of all counties for property taxes as a percent of median home value. It ranks in the top 16% of all counties for property taxes as a percent of median income, and ranks 24% below the national median income. He told me that about 29% of Saginaw Township is over the age of 65, so arguably close to 1/3 of the population could be living on fixed incomes.
If they're living on a fixed income, then what that means is that they have no other source of income to pay.
Exactly.
Yeah, about a $25 hit on your monthly bill could be the difference between, I don't know, hamburger and tofu.
It definitely could be. Just some historical context. The proposed bond amount is $200 million more than the last proposed bond. In 2008, voters passed a $40.4 million bond proposal on a vote of 3,877 to 3,120 for construction, safety, and athletics. But in 2007 and 2006, voters rejected a $39 million bond proposal and a $104 million proposal.
One of the other things that you put in your story that I found to be very enlightening is that 42% of Saginaw Township's population earns less than $50,000 annually. So that seems to be something that would more than likely cause a degree of consternation with the average homeowner there.
Yeah, that's exactly why. Spitzer said that there's no question that these improvements would be nice, but he says that it's debatable whether it's a must-have.
Listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com. This is Bruce Walker, Great Lakes Regional Editor for the Center Square. Please subscribe, and thank you for listening.
Freedom and liberty are important to all of us. If you're looking for civil, intellectual conversations with those shaping the future of freedom, try the Future of Freedom podcast with me, Scott Bertram. We speak with leaders across the country in the greater conservative and libertarian movements. In-depth conversations about where the next intellectual battles will happen across the country. It's the Future of Freedom podcast. Find it at americastalking.com or wherever you get your podcasts.